In Webster Parish, outside of the city limits of Minden, Louisiana, is the Germantown Colony Museum. The museum is, simply put, time stood still. There are 3 cabins standing, carefully preserved, and one is still in its original location. There is so much history with this land, and as you visit, you can feel the energy of the hardworking people who built this community. That Count de Leon, right here, born as Bernard Mueller, and actually went by many names, a German mystic, preacher, prophet, and also considered an alchemist, begun a movement and quite a large following with his wife, Countess Leon. He created a community in Germany and led a spiritual group out of Germany and down the Mississippi. He founded the Germantown Colony, though he never made it there. This video is a tour of the colony, and if you like, share and follow for more details about the history of exactly who Count Leon was as a spiritualist leader coming from Germany. He started a movement along the way to spiritual freedom. This colony is full of history. Here we have the workman's house, and as you get to the front, you will see that there is a horseshoe at the entrance. The horseshoe is a symbol for good luck, but at the entrance of a doorway is also a symbol of protection to ward off evil spirits, evil people. But when we went in, it was so calm. The energy was beautiful, though I was very aware of the energy surrounding me. As we continue, my spiritual messenger, my crow, showed up. It was a beautiful surprise. So as we walked through this land, it was so calm, so relaxing. The energy was beautiful, and we got quite a tour from those that are running the colony. Again, there's my confirmation that everything I was feeling was correct. Right here on this open land is where the bachelor cabin was. Young men, when they turned 14, they would go live there until they become married. Also, way out in the field there, you will see a rose bush that they believe has been there since the colony began in 1835. An herb garden, and this is the outside of the kitchen cabin, which we aren't going to go in yet, but this is one of the many wells, 8 to 9 wells on the property, which we will look down into one, and this is what fascinates me the most. This was originally all the fields, of course. And as we enter Dr. Goofman's cabin, the chests there are originally straight from Germany and come with everyone that built the colony. As I said before, most of it is preserved, and it's absolutely fascinating. You can feel the energy of each object, each building, and the walls. The walls have stories. Children would sleep upstairs because heat rises. Here we have the doctor and his wife's bedroom. There again, we have another chest. And this right here, across all cabins, the wood would fall down to let air go through the homes and even heat. This is an original mirror. It's just beautiful and just so full of history. Here is a contraption they created to cut firewood. It was almost like a seesaw for the kids. Now we're about to enter the kitchen cabin. This was the community place to eat, of course, and they did not have church in any of these cabins or buildings. They worshiped outside, just the way it should be, all natural. This is all carefully preserved, and it's amazing how well they have done. So many dishes left behind, and in the next video, you will see those details. This is probably my favorite part. With so many wells and the water still to this day cold, this is where they would go down and store food that had to stay cold. Now, with the preservation, it's been a little off-kiltered, but yes, they would leave food under the cabin and it would stay cold. This is a pie holder. It is made out of copper to keep mold off of the pies. Also, over here, we are about to see one of the first ice holders. And yeah, as we continue to walk, this is the well that you were allowed to look into. Again, there are 8 to 9 on the property. And when you look down, you can actually pull up the water, and it is extremely clean, fresh, and cold. To this day, you can actually drink it. So naturally clean that you can see your reflection. So the trees to build these cabins were cut down in 1835. And remember, they were planted as a seed. They grew from babies. The trees were grown and mature when cut down. And we're fixing to have our 250th year of the U.S. So each tree that was cut down to create these cabins is way older than the United States. Here is the inside of another cabin, and all very preserved. The dressers were left, and there's just so much beauty in the history. You can tell by the mirrors. A member of the ancestors of those who created and built the colony donated the nativity scene. You can see how far back this scene goes. Original wheel, and this chair right here was a child's chair. It came from Germany with them and dated back to 1810. Here are the children's dolls. The more realistic, the better. These dolls were actually created with real teeth. This is how they created them in Germany. The realer, the better, to help little girls learn how to be a mom. Here you will see the actual museum, and this seems to be a picture of Countess Leon. This wedding dress is very specific and very special. And in the next video, you will get the details. We have many artifacts, many things left behind. Including more details of Count Leon, his supposed prophecy, mysticism, alchemy, and much more. So, if you are near Webster Parish, close to Minden, Louisiana, and you like history, this is the place you need to go. I will be doing series of surrounding historical facts of different places in the surrounding areas. And again, the attached video will have a little bit more of the spiritual aspect of how the colony began and how it ended. All starting from a preacher, mystic, alchemist, and more.